Hey guys, it's your boy Mark back with another video, 28th of October 2025. I'm here to give you guys my thoughts on an episode. I don't think I would or ever should review Black Mirror as a whole. I don't know how that would really work. I would pretty much just have to generalize all episodes basically. But for each individual episode, I think it's fair to do thoughts on them. And I just watched an episode of Black Mirror for the very first time. And that was Common People. Premiered this year, back in April. I never heard of it. I didn't even know the show was still going, to be honest. I figured it had ended like years ago, but wow, it's still on. Cool. I never got to watch Bandersnatch, that interactive movie, and that's off of Netflix now, sadly. I wish I had gotten the chance to play that, man. But I did get to play Kimmy Schmidt, Kimmy versus the Reverend. I did get to play that. I really enjoyed it. I don't... Well, the show itself I like. I don't remember if I particularly liked the... that movie, interactive movie game thing. Heck, now I'm wondering, I wonder if Escape the Undertaker is still playable. That was another interactive Netflix thing. But yeah, this is the episode Common People, starring Chris O'Dowd, Rashida, is it Rashida or Rashinda Jones? Awesome, underrated actress in my opinion. I really like her and everything I've seen her in. Basically, what this episode is about, it's about a couple who's struggling financially, and something happens to the woman, and she basically passes out in class, and it's like super horrible. She might never recover again. Well, she might never regain consciousness. That's what they said. But there's this subscription thing called Rivermind, where basically she can continue living life, but it's like a subscription in her mind thing. $300 a month, and then as time goes on, subscription tiers get added, and stuff like advertisements in the regular subscription, and then there's another one called Lux, which is like the premium deluxe thing. And yeah, it's quite a sad episode. You know, it's pretty much what I expected Black Mirror to be. You know, I actually thought it was. I'm pretty sure there's episodes further on that are like far darker, but I thought it'd be quite a lot darker than this. This was pretty dark though, and quite sad actually. If something like this happened to my wife, or even worse, myself, I would be freaking, oh my god. And especially with the freaking Rivermind, they keep adding advertisements. And what I mean by that is, like, they'll have her, like, she was saying stuff like, whatever's relevant to the conversation, like, she'll talk about, some coffee brand or something like that, and those are advertisements. And when I first heard it, and then she said, why were you just talking about Espresso El Grande or something? And he was like, I didn't, you were. Well, he didn't say you were. He said I didn't. And then when she started talking about honey whatever cereal, that's when I figured it out. I was like, oh, those are ads. And that's what was going on. Man, yeah, the guy gets desperate for money, you know. There's this kind of like website, it's called Dumb Dummies or something like that, and it's like people for money, they do wacky stuff, like it'll be a live stream thing, kind of like, not to be nasty, like if you go on to like porno live streams, and it's the girls that are saying stuff like, I'll do this for $500 or something like that. It's kind of like that, except it's not necessarily like pornographic, you know. It's stuff like I will put this mouse trap on my tongue for $500 or something like that. And that was his own secret way of making extra money. And I probably already have said some spoilers, sorry. So I probably will spoil this episode, sorry. But man, when he goes to work and then everyone at work is laughing at him, I was so pissed off. I felt that, man, because they found out that he was doing that stuff on Dumb Dummies, and then this little shit coworker of his, and then he goes to beat him up, rightfully so, and then that piece of shit, and I laughed when this happened to him. He freaking tripped over and he freaking got crushed by a tractor thing, like his legs got crushed or something like that. Piece of shit got what he deserved, you know. That was happy. That made me happy. You know, that part, that should piss anyone off, you know. And it kind of reminded me of, and not to talk about myself. Okay, yes, to talk about myself, because this is what it reminded me of. There was this moment back in 2009 when I was 11 years old. This moment is still very fresh in my mind, as if it happened yesterday. And yes, this is something that I will absolutely portray on the screen in my future biopic film. I am a big fan of the band Kiss. You know, not something typical that a 11-year-old in 2009 would be a fan of, I know. And I brought a Kiss CD to school because there was this thing in class where you could take your own CD and you could play it for the whole class, and everyone was such an asshole. They were like, oh, we don't want to listen to music right now. And then they were telling me Kiss sucks, and there was this asshole named James and someone else who was a friend of mine on any other day except that day. They were literally fucking blocking the CD player from me. I'm getting angry thinking about it. Basically, this is much easier to write down than it is to say, you know. But basically, yeah, it's like people are laughing at you, making fun of you, feel embarrassed, and you're the bad guy. Like, fuck you, you fucking assholes. That day, I wish I had told everyone to get fucked. I should have gotten myself expelled on purpose, because fuck you cunts. That's what I should have done. Honestly. Kind of reminded me of that, when everyone at work was like laughing at him, you know. And then at the end, because several years passed by in this episode, at the end they make the decision for him to, and I don't think I could do this, for him to end her suffering himself. Put a pillow over her head. It was so sad, and I could never do that. One, it's my wife, and two, you know, I would fear for my soul forever, you know. But yeah, sorry that I talked about the Kiss thing for so long, but that's a true story. That's how I feel, and yeah. But yeah, I and that guy deserved it, honestly, in this episode. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Obviously this is off the cuff. This wasn't quite as free flow as I imagined, but I still hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah. Peace out. Have a good one, y'all. And if I think that I'm doing good reviews of these episodes, I'll continue. But I don't really feel that I did as good as reviews this episode as I could. Maybe you guys think I'm wrong. Hopefully you do. If but yeah. I'm your boy, Mark. Peace out, y'all.